Hi there, students. Henchman, Lackey and Flunky. All these words appeared while I was making the video Minion yesterday. Okay, a henchman is easy to define. A henchman is a faithful supporter, but somebody who is willing to commit crime or do violence by way of service. Yeah? A henchman is a loyal and trusted supporter, but they are a violent criminal. You could use a henchman to mean a member of a criminal gang, but not the boss. Okay, so he arrived with his henchmen and took all of my furniture away. I couldn't stop them. The boss was there with 6 of them. So, henchman, this is a very negative noun describing someone. A violent supporter. Yeah? Apparently also you can use this as a supporter of a politician who acts for selfish reasons. But I always have the feeling a henchman is prepared to do violence. The dictator and his henchmen. Okay, a gangster and his henchmen. A criminal and his henchmen. His bully boys. He sent some of his henchmen to collect protection money from the local businesses. Apparently there's an Old English word hengst, which means a male horse. And maybe a henchman was originally a groom. Certainly in the past, a henchman was a page or a squire of a knight or an important person. And apparently also the henchman was the principal assistant of a Scottish Highland chieftain. Okay? So, a henchman. A loyal supporter who is perfectly happy to do violence. Okay, lackey and flunky are very different. A lackey or a flunky, these are both very servile followers. Originally, a lackey was a servant in uniform. If you see these 18th century films, or films about the 18th century, better to say, you will see the lackeys of the Lord, people dressed in uniform, yeah, and doing exactly what Sir says. Okay, so a lackey, they do everything the boss says. A flunky is very, very similar. I think it's the same. A servant, a footman, a retainer. Let's see. A lackey may well come from French laquais, meaning a footman. But there's also another idea that lackey comes from the Arabic word al-Qaeda, which means the chief, I believe, but you will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so a lackey and a flunky, an obsequious servant. I actually found a really good phrase with flunky, an obsequious, cringing snob. So, obsequious, yes sir, no sir, what a funny joke sir, how handsome you are sir. Obsequious, cringing, ooh, don't hit me, don't hurt me, don't demote me. And a snob, somebody who thinks they're more important than anyone else. So I guess the lackey or the servant or the flunky is somebody who is a servant but thinks they're important because they serve an important person. The origin of this word flank may well come from Scotland. Flunky from the word flank, somebody who stands at somebody's flank. The flank is the side. So a servant stands by somebody's side. Let's see, what about formality? I think probably these are all neutral formality. I guess you could use them in an informal conversation in the pub, and I'm certain you could use them all in a very formal document as well. I think they sound a little bit literary, particularly Lacky and Flunky. Yeah? But notice all of these words are pejorative. They're critical. A henchman, a violent supporter. A lackey, a servile supporter. A flunky, an obsequious, cringing snob. Okay? And these are all used to describe people. So, there you go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Henchman, Lackey and Flunky.